Hey guys, welcome back. I am Todd Blackman, your essential drummer, and today I'm pretty much going to teach you all about this really cool little hand independence exercise with your feet. Now, I'm going to say something about this. This is something you probably already know, but we're going to make some adjustments. I'm sorry for making this creepy. Yes, we're making adjustments to this hand and foot coordination exercise. Now, everyone knows this exercise. And I'll show you what the exercise is right here. And this is the exercise every drummer comes around on the internet. A lot of people know this exercise from Adam, the Orlando drummer. Pretty much a lot of people know it from him, and then there's some other guys that kind of did it. I've learned it from my drum teacher way before Adam showed it in public and all that, and some other drummers too. Now, with this exercise, that's the only thing people know about it, is just playing it that way. They don't know how to use it. Well, some people do, but make modifications. Because if you just do one thing, you only know one thing. You don't know how to actually use different modifications to this. And this is the point of this video, is what are some modifications we could do to this. Now, this is just a couple of things you could do with these modifications and all that. And basically the secret to this is stick control and all that. You could do a bunch of patterns with stick control with these ideas. And I'll show you what it kind of looks like and all that. So yeah, let's hop in the drum set and I'll just show you what I mean. Now with this hand coordination exercise, most people play it the way I kind of just showed you. Now, there are so many different ways, and I'm going to show you some of the couple basic applications you can do. And I'm just thinking of a couple patterns from stick control. Now in stick control, we know that the first two is just pretty much singles, but we're playing in opposite directions. You can do it that way, where you're playing the singles, and then you're switching the bass in the snare in different placements. You can start with the snare, or you can start with the bass. And I'll let you try to figure that out and all that. Now, because we're doing some more serious things with this. Now, the other thing that we can do is actually applying doubles to this situation. And this is a really cool way to actually play fills on the drum set. Not a lot of people kind of do this type of thing because one, their foot is pretty weak and all that, and this is a really great way to get some of the really good foot coordination going. So here's what I'm talking about. We got the singles, and then we got doubles coming afterwards with our hands and feet. So for example, like that. So nothing much to it but to do it. As Dylan Francis would say. Well, I don't think he actually said it. He probably has someone record that. Anyway, so you can do it that way, or the most tricky thing to do it is the opposite direction. I haven't done this quite yet. Let's see if I could do it well. Okay, that's not bad. So that is another application, which is, that's what I mean by switching around, is like if you take the right and the lefts. Imagine the rights are the snare drum, and the lefts are, well, the bass. And what a coincidence, those are the most essential things we have on a drum set, is a bass and snare. Now you could take many different equations with this. You could actually transfer it to the hi-hat with the L's or the R's. Now, you could definitely apply that to the stick control, because if you think about this, number 4, I believe, is actually the opposite of what I just played, which is instead of starting with the right, right, left, left, we're starting left, left, right, right. And this is a really cool thing that we're messing around with. Now, here's the thing about doing some of the other ones. For example, 5 in stick control, we're doing technically paradiddles. Now, we're still doing that single idea. We're not changing it yet. Later, you can actually change that single idea. But for right now, most of the time people go with singles, and that's fine and dandy and all that. So we're sticking to a foundation. And so now, since we have paradiddles being added in, it's going to sound really more interesting, a little neo-Kurdish. But yeah, so let me kind of show you what I mean with this. So we're keeping those singles, but now we're adding this paradiddle, and you can start it either way. You can do or like this. Some people have more foundation when they do the bass drum part and all that. So let's actually try this and see what happens. Now, those are both some of the applications that mixed and matched with them. Now, here's the tricky thing about some of these. If we start with the bass, it's easier, but it's harder for our hands because we have to do a third stroke and all that. So if we're doing, if we're going back to those singles, it's going to be a lot more tricky to get back in unless you're really good at doing that type of thing. Then you have no problem with that. So those are some cool, interesting combinations to kind of do with this. Now, you can go through the whole stick control book and do these ideas. And these are just some examples that you can do with stick control in this hand coordination exercise. Like if you're getting bored with that exercise, the singles, and just doing that exercise and you have no clue what else to teach your students, then do this exercise. It's going to blow their mind and it's going to take their level, playing to the next level and all. So it's really, really cool. And rhythmically, it has so much contrast in it. It's so awesome and all that. So I play this sometimes and all that. But it depends on how fast the song is. And all. You don't want to play this stuff way too fast and all that. It's just like, yeah. So I'm Todd Blackman, your essential drummer. And I'll see y'all in the next one, guys.